What's up, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Saturday afternoon, late afternoon, evening thingy-mawub? Hope everyone is doing well. Got some people coming over from the Twitch stream. I assume most of you would know by now that Clive is streaming on Twitch because of the channel issues. Got people piling in. We had the early crew, one of which already went to bed. Gas Masher, Joe Russ, Phil in the kitchen, and Franco Walker went sleepy times. Queen Liz Edwards is here. What's going on? JB, DC Allen, Ed Bird, what's going on? Ed knows what's going on. Zane Magic Puffer Dragon, what's going on? David, how you doing? Red Dwarf or Frank Nuttebetti? Jeffrey Waldo, I farted once on a live stream and received a copyright. I absolutely believe you. Last week's stream is copyrighted. And since I did a dab in the stream, since it was copyrighted and then automatically monetized, it got analyzed. They saw I did a dab in the stream, so now I may have a strike for that because I did a dab on a monetized stream, even though I didn't set it up as monetized. So it's fucking stupid. What's up now? How you doing? Beard's looking, yeah, this is beard version 2. This is the happy beard. It's oh my god. Wow, we got something else to talk about. Huh. I did not realize what day it was. Live check, yes. Yeah, I got my little notes thing. If you're joining late and want to follow chat live, look right around. Yeah, I got to point at like that thing. It should be right there. The live button right there. So check, make sure you're live. You want to follow a chat. All right, I guess we'll start with a toast. Let's do a toast to the 2 astronauts that are stranded on the International Space Station. What's up, just me? Because Starliner is a flying fucking coffin, and I don't know if anything's changed yet, but they still seem to think that they're going to bring them home after some more checks. But I hope they just send a Crew Dragon up there to take care of them. But anyway, cheers to them, and may they continue to live a long and happy life one way or the other. Black borders around the... Ooh, oh! Yep, I see that. I know what that is. Thank you, Andy. That means that means you're not, oh yeah, and right there. You're not seeing anything green right now. I bet my green screen filter is still turned on. Let's see. Filters. Chroma key. Bing. There you go. Thanks, Andy. Appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't even think that happens every once in a while. Anyway, so in about 7 minutes, we'll be doing a VertoThermoWhoofle. That's a woofle on the thermal camera. Then we'll be switching over at some point in around an hour to the cat camera with Rob playing for Pussies and Pianos. We get to watch the cats chow down on the food. If you're new here, this is all the shit I'm dealing with. Gaming rig, studio rig, and this is about to get an upgrade again. So, like, obviously most of you are aware that Ed is getting the video card, the Asus RTX 37 overclock 8 gig video card that's in my gaming rig. It is pretty well overclocked. It runs 8,000 gigahertz on the memory, 2,000 gigahertz on the core, and that is while being undervolted to 975 millivolts. That was pretty good. So Ed here is going to be getting that card, and I've been waiting for 4th of July sales to kick in so I could order a 4080 Super. Take the call first. Okay, I'll take the call. I'll take the call first. That's a good call. Actually, I could use the call because I'm like sitting here like, or I guess that more.
Yeah. Seems a little more accurate.
We're all fine here. All right, so why don't we take that phone call? Yellow. Yep, early sale. Yeah, I'll let them know in a minute. Yeah, I'm still mad. Yeah, no, I'm going to be mad for probably many years now. Yeah, all right, I'll talk to you. That's it. Cheers, everybody. Fresh mouthwash. So, I've been waiting for that MSI 4080 Super, either the Gaming X or the Supreme X, to go on sale. There's a problem. The problem is Google, as you know, listens to everything you talk about. And as I'm scrolling my news feed, like as you do on Android, when you scroll all the way to the left or whatever, and you got your little news feed, well, it knows that I've been looking for a 4080 Super. So it's occasionally been showing me ads for various NVIDIA like products and stuff and like related things. Well, goddamn it, last night as I'm scrolling through, I see that there is a sale at Lenovo.com. And for 4th of July, they've enabled stackable discount codes. So, I basically was able to put in enough discount codes to cover tax and still get $30 off my new video card that's on the way. Problem is, it was too good of a fucking sale. I always said I would never, ever pay $2,000 for a video card. And I'm not. I'm not going to pay $2,000 for a video card. But when the MSI 4090 Supreme Liquid X with built-in 240 millimeter cooler and fans, like it's the card and like the all-in-one radiator solution, when you can pick that up for $1,700 shipped, and that's like a $2,000 to $2,100 video card. you know, like, decisions were made. So now I'm getting a 4090 and it should be here by like Wednesday or Thursday. So just putting that out there. They got me. It was too good a fucking sale. MSI got out of AMD video cards, C2S. They no longer, they've broken off their deal for AMD video cards. Obviously, they still do, the motherboards. Like, that's a rich business, I quote rich, I don't mean money-wise, but like a rich, a good chunk of their business, motherboard-wise. No, they just don't do Radeon or AMD or whatever they call them. So, I have sinned and I have spent $17.19 on an MSI 4090 Supreme Liquid X 24 gig. And yes, I will be giving it a minor overclock, but like honestly, it's a fucking it's literally the best video card right now in the world. I don't really need to overclock it, but I also live by the motto that stock sucks, so we'll give it a mild overclock. Also, I have an 850 watt power supply, which is a minimum recommendation for it, which is fine. So I don't know, I'm not going to be pushing it anyway. So, the Gray Zone stream should get more interesting. Yes, Redneck Atheist knows. It's not something that I need. It's something I fucking need. But I didn't need it. The 4080s be fine, but in the long run, it's really just an extra month of saving up. So, yeah. And yeah, if you look up Lenovo deal, it ends up being $1622 plus tax. So look up it's like you type in, you go to Lenovo, and apparently this works on a lot of their products right now. If you go to Lenovo.com, use Livono Summer Sale, one word, Livono Summer Sale. Will unlock things that are discounted, and then extra 5 spelled out FIVE extra 5 get you an extra 5% off like for the next few days. Not a sponsor, just a good fucking deal I found. So good that I ordered it. And then I went on Amazon and I ordered the Leanne Lee vertical riser to see which way to make sure we have plenty of options, because this is a big chunk of hardware going in that big case. I want to put it in the best possible way. So now we can either mount it directly to the board, or this riser will be able to mount it straight up and down. So that'll probably be a live stream, because you know how I do. Anyway, it is time for the VertoThermoWhoofle. We'll see how the lighter does, because it's almost out of butane, and I forget where my butane is. I think it's in the closet over there. But anyway, looks like that's good to go. Scratch my nose. Drop some woofos. Lenovo. It's Lenovo. I got whatever the big computer one is. I probably always say it wrong. Lenovo, because I don't really use them much. But yeah, now I do. So like whatever the big computer supplier one is. Actually, yeah, just look for that one. What is up with the? There we go. Woofle. Number 2. Number 3. And the close-up. Woo. Number 4. Ooh. Floof. What's up, Peter Ferguson? DC Allen, Zoros, Oxter. If you look at it, it's stupidly it is very expensive, but like I'm not going to need another video card for a long time, because I still plan on building the like something really big in a couple years using whatever the latest and greatest is, which just means that the gaming PC will then become a fucking sweet video editing and streaming PC. And then this rig here, will, I don't know what I'll end up doing with it. I guess we'll see where we're at in 2 years. There's still a YouTube channel. Maybe I'll give it to somebody if they're close enough to come pick it up, because I will never ship a computer. Phew. Lego pole. Oh yeah, still got to do, shit. All right. I got to do that video tomorrow, so everyone can vote or leave all their suggestions for the next Lego pack. I'll record a video tomorrow and put it on before my Gray Zone stream, for everyone to leave all their ideas. And the deal will be, like, leave your ideas in the comments and then like your own idea. And then if you see other ideas you think are cool too, go ahead and like that, if you want. If you don't want to, that's fine. Maybe come back if you want. And if you see other ideas that you think are cool, you can like them. And then we'll go through. I'm going to pick the top 4 liked ideas. And we'll do a poll and we'll knock it out of the park. The huge amount of VRAM ought to make it last for a very long time, says Henrik Oldcorn. What's up? Yeah, that's like 8 gigs of RAM. Like barely gets by, but it works. Like I can still get 120 frames in Gray Zone with this running mostly medium settings of FSR, with frame gen on in performance mode. Looks fine. 24 gigs, like, I mean, I can't imagine that card isn't going to be like in the gaming world. I mean, we know how game technology advances with the video cards, but like a 4090, that should be solid gaming, I'd say, for at least the next 2 generations. Like, because right now, like, a 2080 Ti Super, that does okay nowadays. That still does okay. But a 4090 in 4 years, 5 years, it'll finally start to show its age. And then at that point, it'll already have been a video editing PC, so I won't even know its age because it won't have any games really being played on it. So that's one advantage of the dual PC stream deal, is that you don't have to figure out what to do with your old best PC. You just shift it over to have a better studio PC, and every generation you do that, and then you just do something with your old one. And like I said, if I still got a YouTube thing going on, maybe I'll like donate it to like somebody or another streamer, or someone that wants to stream, because obviously it's capable. I'm uploading right now at 35 megs a second, and I have 0 frames missed, so that's all right. Did I finish the stealth bomber? Asked Minky Mutu. No, Mink. Actually, we had a discussion about that, and it is about almost halfway done, but sitting in the basement. Because it got to the point where it was so janky and fiddly that we were getting less and less done because more and more would fall off while you were trying to put it together. So that's going to become a long-term project that I'll just deal with in the basement over time. It's got its own little dedicated spot. And we've moved on, like right now we're doing the Spaceballs RV from the movie Spaceballs, the Eagle 5. And then next week we'll probably finish that, maybe finish that, but that might not be till part 3. And then we'll do one of our, the Rick and Morty butter bot or the portal gun, and then we'll do whatever we vote on. Did I see a video where a Roomba pushed a cat under a chair? Asked Benji. I have not seen that particular one, I don't think. But I do watch lots of Roomba versus cat videos. I actually just saw one the other day. Roomba was doing like the pool thing, like was going the thing. Was doing its thing, got outside and like went up to the pool, was fine, went up to the pool, was fine, and then finally just drove right off and into the pool. Would be nice if the numbers made sense. Bigger should always be better, says C2S. Yeah, it's kind of segmented. It's whatever. You just, at this point, like, there's no point in learning numbers because like Intel's possibly getting ready to change. Like they just changed their laptop scheme numbering, and now they may be changing. There's a possibility they're changing their desktop scheme as well, which is like, I'm like, or they did, or like everybody's changing their numbers now, and it's just fucking stupid. I'm having a Biden moment. Yeah. Oh, Horovak. I actually have this written down. What is a carbon fiber forge kit? Is that something to help you actually shape and maintain the shape of the fiber? Or is that like a heating kit or what? If you wouldn't mind, maybe like, you know, a little thing. I saw you say that in the Clive stream, and I went, IDDQD, IDSBIS, yeah, IDSPIP. That's because you spelled it wrong. It's IDSBISPOPD. Jeez. IDFA, IDKFA, IDC clip. I can't remember. There were other ones that I didn't really use much. That's the OG and Doom 1 and Doom 2 OG. I've considered getting IDDQD like tattooed on me somewhere. Because like I've been playing Doom since '92 when they were releasing the shareware beta version of it in a magazine on a CD. No, I'm sorry, a 3.5-inch floppy. And actually, they had 5.25 floppies in some of those magazines too. Holy IDB Hold. No, I didn't say. Yeah, that's one of the ones I never used was IDB Hold. Yeah. I mostly just used IDDQD and IDFA. That way, if you do IDFA instead of IDKFA, you don't get the keys. You just get full ammo or full armaments. And you still have to go through the maze, as it were. But you know, that's only I don't use IDDQD or anything like that until I've played the game like at least a couple times. It's a kit with a chopped toe, some long toe resin. You can use it to make volume carbon fiber things, not layup, but kind of a cast carbon. I'll have to look that up. Duke Nukem, DN Cornholio. Sounds familiar. I didn't use much cheat codes in Duke Nukem because it was just fucking goofy anyway. I got the CD sitting on the floor over there in my freaking CD book. You would have to make, oh, okay, you would have like a 3D printed mold. I gotcha. Activate the fans, please. What fans might that be? There, Mr. AK? I saw a Roomba vid where they are armed with themselves with spiny blades and fight each other to the death. That's pretty good. My kit is from Easy Composites. They have a nice video. Okay, Easy Composites. Let me write that down. Write that down. Easy Composites, not compost. All your pooping needs. We got to approve a lot more variations of the word cunt, wank, wanking, wanker, thought, THOT. Is that like short for something? Because we had to keep approving thought. I think pooping was approved last week, actually. Oh, Mr. A Cake's pooping. Gotcha. Rasher. Random question: have you ever been as silly as me and worked hard? I bust my ass at work. Try not to do much over here. That hoe over there. Oh, thoughts. Okay, thanks, Chris. Yeah, it works a little rough sometimes, but it's all right. Wolfenstein is greater than Doom. Well, Wolfenstein was the actual original first-person shooter from id Software or ID Software. Doom was just the one that put it on the map. And actually, technically, there was something like a long time ago that was first-person shooter-ish. But yeah, Doom, the original Doom from '93 was what actually really brought what made people look at first-person shooters. Oh, I got Heretic. I think I got that on CD over there too. Heretic was good. It was just, spooky wizard, medieval Doom. Who knows? Maybe that's kind of I don't know. I still haven't looked at Doom: The Dark Ages, like anything about it yet. Just because I've been waiting for the information, like the factual information to stack up, because I hate just reading all this stuff. We think this is we think, I don't give a fuck what you think. Tell me what's actually happening. So I've been letting the factual information build up. Actually, Wolfenstein was on a slightly different engine than the original Doom, and didn't have as much 3D 3D volume. It was locked in, whereas Doom, you could had extended ceilings. I love Quake. I just bought Quake, or no, I'm sorry, Unreal Tournament. I just bought Unreal Tournament 2003 to see if I could figure out how to put my old Carball mod on there. God, that's a fucking story. I've told that on here at least once. No, actually just once. Yeah, let's do a top of the hour toast to first-person shooters. Thanks, ID. Appreciate the introduction of the best video game ever fucking created in the universe. Cheers. First LAN party I played was Ghost Recon on PC. I've never actually gone to like a LAN party. I owned a LAN party motherboard from DFI, but I actually went to a LAN party. Gramshaw's more of a driver. That's all. It's all right. Actually, that's funny you say that. So the Micro Center, like apparently, like everybody knows, like Micro Center. Apparently, worldwide people like understand that Micro Center is like nerd fucking just mecca. You just go there for all the good stuff. Well, apparently, me and Ed were Ed Bird here were both waited on by the same person on the same day. Does anyone here do anything with iRacing? I guess like it's been around for like the original or whatever, like the big iRacing thing, or know anybody that does iRacing? The LAN party motherboard, asked Gramshaw. Yeah, if you look up DFI, like David Franklin International, a DFI LAN party NF4, Nancy Frank 4. Back in the day, that was like a fucking smoking hot popular motherboard. Was great for overclocking, did liquid nitrogen cooling really well. iRacing, like the letter I. Mr. A Cake. But anyway, with iRacing, so there's this one dude that was like, I got go up to pick up the Elgato 4KX streaming thing, stream capture card for now that I have like the dual setup going on, and my other card took a poo, I think. I get there and there's this dude sitting in like the racing setup that Micro Center has. And I asked about him. They pointed at him. He gets up and I'm talking to him about that rig. And it turns out this dude is the number 5 ranked person in the world for iRacing. And he's like, yeah, that's me. And he like pulls out his phone. He's like, go, he logs. Like, I watch him like log in. He scrolls like, yeah, that's me. Number 5. I was like, holy shit. And he's like, and he looks at me. He's like, don't buy that. Like, he's like, that whole setup's about $9,000. I went, that seemed reasonable. He's like, my rig cost me about $1,200. So I'm like, well, I mean, if I'm going to take advice from someone about a racing setup, probably the guy that's number 5 in the world on like the largest online racing sim would probably be a good start. So that guy's cool. He actually gave me his email address, which I have. I kept. I need to just email him just to let him know, like, hey, like I was, not messing around. Maybe someday I might build a race rig, because he was like, dude, you can email me in 2 years as long as that email address is working. I'll let you know what's up. I'm like, that's cool. So he's cool, dude. Martin Mull died today or last. Oh, the comedian guy, Martin Mull, Lockwatcher. Well, that's a fucking shame. We should give a toast to actor Martin Mull, pharmacist, 2.5 classic wine. Yeah, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we can do that right now. Super hang on. What do you mean super hang on? Oh, like video game. Outrun. I used to play Outrun a lot in the arcade. But no, let's do a toast to Martin Mull. He was a good dude, as far as I know. Good actor anyway, you know what I mean? So a toast to Martin Mull and his family for his passing. So toast. I actually had toast this morning with strawberry preserves. I kept forgetting to buy bread for like a month. I was like, oh shit, because like I bought this big fucking thing of preserves to eat as like toast and peanut butter and strawberry, and it's just been sitting there, just waiting for me to buy some goddamn bread for like a fucking month. Carmageddon, fuck yeah, DCL, and that was a fucking game. I played the shit out of Carmageddon. Oh my god, listen to all those people scream. Oh yeah, god. Oh, I loved Carmageddon. Actually, I think I have that on one of my burned CDs. Toast does not have a key ingredient, bread. Technically, toast does not contain bread anymore. That is true. I'd be fine sitting there eating jam with a spoon in a corner there, C2S, because it's pretty fucking good. I still play Burnout Paradise, TJ. I still play that. It's one of the first things I go to when I fire up my Xbox 360 is Burnout Paradise. It sucks that like all my looks like most of my saves have just kind of like faded off the hard drive, as it were, or who knows what the fuck happened to them. They may have been in a fucking external game save thing, but a lot of my saves are gone, so I don't have everything necessarily unlocked, but it's what it works. It's great. Use a pile driver. Love that shit. You grannies. Ah, yeah, Carmageddon. God, I wonder if I could. Oh, it's almost worth. It'd almost be worth installing a virtual machine and seeing if I could get that to work. Actually, it's probably on Steam. I can't imagine. I can't. Oh, let's see. Let me open up Steam on the gaming PC because it's already open. It just opens on the gaming PC. Because everything I play is on Steam, and Steam games don't work unless the Steam launcher is open. Karma. Really? Carmageddon. There is a Carmageddon. Okay. Karma. Let's see. How many Carmageddons? There's Carmageddon Max Pack from 1997. There's Carmageddon Max Damage from 2016. Looks like you get bonus for wheelchair grandmas. Carmageddon 2 from 2014. And they're like, all of them are like, all of them all together are about $10 for every version of Carmageddon. That's not bad. We may have to do that just so we can run people over. I'll keep that in mind. Afterburner was the shit, especially the R360 version. Is the R360 version there, D-Wood? Is that the one that actually like moved and shit? Because every time I saw one of the flight simulators that actually flung you around, like I was in that motherfucker. Like take my money. Like just I love playing those things. Anything that threw you around, like I like getting on the motorcycle ones now to see like how it feels. Because since I actually ride a motorcycle, and it's if you stay on the game long enough, like your instincts adjust a little bit to it as you really stare at the screen and get into it. But that's how not. I'll still play those. Like if I go to Dave and Buster's. What are we cunting stunts? What? Rasher, tip top. Don't buy peanut butter with palm oil. Just don't. Cancerous as fuck. Pay more. Yeah, when I buy peanut butter, I get the. It has peanuts, peanut oil, and there's usually a pinch of salt and barely. And if there's sugar, it's like the super low sugar. But I try to get the no sugar stuff. Like I get as much of pure peanut, just crushed peanut as I can. I don't need all that extra bullshit in there. Like I'm just not a sugar, like a super sugar person. Speaking of sugar, how much coffee do I have left? Oh, I still got just the right. Oh, and hey, tater tots. If you don't know what tater tots are, come to the screen. So basically, tater tots are just tiny hash browns. The advantage here being is that you get a lot more crispiness out of them. Because, you know, when you bite into a hash brown, like, you know, you got the inside that you're biting off. Well, this is all crispy. You know what I mean? So that's a tater tot. And they're fucking delicious. And if you can find the ones that got onions in them as well, the onion tots, because I love onions. The onion tots are really good too. These are, they're golden, extra crispy, fucking something or other going on there. What is going on here? Well, let me close that. I don't need that playing. Holy shit. So, yeah, that's a tater tot. And that's me hitting the microphone with a tater tot. They're goddamn delicious because, like, they're just extra crispier hash browns. That's all. Yeah, I put that in my oven, my tabletop onion oven, my little, it's a Ninja Foodie oven thing. It's a gigantic convection air fry. So I put that on air fry mode. Sounds like a goddamn her. It sounds like me playing fucking Gray Zone with both these computers fucking ramping up. That's what it sounds like. It's kind of a loud fan. But they are damn good. Chicago Ted knows what the fuck is up. Absolutely, Ted knows what's up. Mm-hmm. And I'll put a little bit of Old Bay on there, like seafood seasoning. Um, and that's, I mean, just a whisper. Like if I'm doing French fries or other things, like I'll put it on there heavy, but that I'll do just a whisper because the tater tots themselves just have a really good flavor. You get the right ones. You call them hedgehogs. Okay, yeah, I think I've heard that in biscuit language before. If you can find them, maybe you can hire the tater tots. Nice Delta. How about those chili cheese tots? I've never tried the chili cheese tots. I don't know that I've really seen them around here much. But I should go grab something while I still have coffee. Give me here. Let me switch over to the CatCam just in case, because cats will usually run by when I come out. Let me go grab something real quick. Hate the poofers. Alright. Close that. Wee. Yeah, they were like, hey, wait a minute. They're used to my first time out on a Saturday being, the camera focus is just janky as shit on that. I'll see how it's doing when, a little later. I'll probably just go ahead and lock that in. Let me do that real quick, because I don't want it to be bouncing the whole time, Pussies and Piano is going on. Burp. Not worried about there. Lock that in. Lock that in. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and have the last tonic tea cake. Yeah, the regular flavored caramel things. Like, I got 3 delayed due to shipping things, and finally Amazon just canceled the order. So I don't know what happened to them, but I guess they just ain't gonna make it. So I'll try that again another time. So cheers to the biscuit heads. Yeah, beefcake is fucking wrecked. He's been partying a lot. Let me adjust the focus on that a little bit. Let me pull that up here. Like, I really wish the autofocus on the Logitech cameras actually worked. But it always fucking bounces. It's very frustrating. Put that right around there. Okay. Alright. Alright, and now we'll finish up the caramel wafery thing. Then we shall carry on with our stream. Oh, and I'll have some coffee. I don't have tea this week, but I have coffee. Come on, man. Come on, man. Now, these are good. I'll probably order these again soon-ish. I might wait for the summer to be done because they just get baked. And I can't have them sent to a locker because the lockers are not refrigerated or anything. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, try that again there, Jack Attack. What's up, DJ Bones? Finishing up the last Tanook. Oh, yeah, speaking of which, hold on. Still have sharp. Oh, baby. Nice. Battery on the UK. Holy shit, there's Ed. Hi, Ed. Appreciate that. 20 gifted memberships to the Gaggle of Goofballs. To all those people. Looks like most of that's a welcome back. It's kind of what Ed does. Appreciate that, Ed. I'll have some coffee to that. Geezer 1 ready. Why does that sound familiar? see, did I click the right thing? No, that's that one. Oh, that's that. Teaser one ready. Oh no. I think I watched some of those. Anyway, sorry. As like a meth, I'm gonna try and get to that July. Well, this week is only a 3-day work week for me. Um, so I'm off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. As soon as the 4090 gets here, that day I'm going to just go live probably just so we can get it done. Um, Downstairs on the lab, and we may have to move the whole motherboard. We may have to. I'd rather not, because I'd rather put the 240 radiator on the back to blow out, and it's 420 somewhere. Cheers 420, shots everyone. Yeah, we have the 4th of July on Thursday, which is everyone's off, and then I went ahead and took off Friday. But yeah, hopefully I can get to, I'll take a couple hours and try to fix that, since Ed and, well, just me and TJ and a couple of y'all just broke it that one day. Which is fine, obviously. But yeah, hopefully I can get that sorted out. It's the graph. They said the 4090 should be there by Thursday. So hopefully they don't mean on Thursday when nobody's actually there, because it's a fucking business that it's getting delivered to, because I ain't trusting that shit sitting on my porch. Fuck. Man, I would tell you what, I would have a full freezer if someone stole that shit from me, because I would fucking hunt them down, chop them up, and then eat them. But anyway, 4th of July, we have national elections. Is that to hide the fact that we whooped your ass? The biscuits. Can you talk to, like, who's prime minister this week over there? But I honestly don't know. It seemed it was changing like every couple days for a minute there. But can you talk to them and see if you can actually put a whatever the fuck you call a biscuit on there? Like on your flag, I'm sorry. Like that way we know that you are the biscuit nation. When frying frozen things like tater tots, a minute or two reduces the air front. Yeah, I'd rather just fry the shit out of them. They're rifleman. There's a lot of things you can microwave to speed it up, but like I don't even do that with baked potatoes. I'd rather just cook the shit out of them and just let them crisp up on their own. Richie Soonfucked. Yeah. Ted Bundy? That'd be interesting. A digestive in the middle of the flag. DC Allen seems to be good for it. Like, if you guys can sort that out, or like start a biscuit petition thing, and like I'll even sign it, and I'm sure we can get a couple other people to get in there. Only if you update stars and stripes to wings and fries. Fucking right. We can work on that shit over here, Maurice Walker. Fuck yeah. What's your national symbol? Wings and fries and beers. That's pretty much America right there. Rishi Sunak. Oh, it's that guy still in there. Okay, gotcha. Okay. That guy. He's actually been in there for like a little while, hasn't he? Not like the lettuce lady that was out of there. The lettuce lasted longer than than what's her name? God, that was a fucking amazing YouTube live stream. Just staring at a head of lettuce to see if it lasted longer than what's her name. And it did. It fucking did. That was the best part. Somebody on here has to know that shit I'm talking about. I also got to remember that Liz Truss, yeah. Liz versus the lettuce, yeah. Gotta remember we're about 6 second delay now that I have now that I'm broadcasting a little differently. I don't use my microwave very often, mostly just for the for White Castle mini cheeseburgers and these little spicy chicken and cheese pocket pita things that I found at the grocery store that are fucking great. Despite that, I don't really use it for much anymore. I use mostly the big box super convection oven slash air fryer. Oh yeah, Chicago Ted there. Despite of all this talk of tater tots, congrats on reducing your mass. Yes, the thumbnail. So for the first time in like 20, just over 20 years, I'm actually under 200 pounds. At my worst, I was about 275. And then I just I changed the way I ate. I've slowly been introducing better foods. Don't worry about the tater tots. It's fine. Um, I've been doing my little fruit shake things every day, for the most part every day, and just I guess probably working at Amazon and walking. And like on a slow day, I walk. Actually, I walk more on a slow day, but like on a not so walky day at the Amazon, it was like 4 miles in 8 hours, which obviously isn't a huge amount over 8 hours, but I walk a lot. And then fucking Timberland Boondocks, they're actually called Boondocks. The boots I wear are heavy as fuck. Um, but fucking it just helps me burn more calories, I guess. But yeah, I just fucking got there. I'm like, wow. Because I've said for, probably 20 years, my ideal weight that I feel I'd probably be just about right would probably be about 190, 195. And maybe I'm going to get there or maybe I'm dying. Either way, I don't feel like I'm dying. So I guess a better diet and actively avoiding sugar actually does help you. Just takes a minute, and that's fine. My piss still smells like Cheerios, so I feel like I should probably go ahead and get a blood sugar monitor to see how that's going. Um, Not always, but I know I got something going on there. I think I'm still pre-diabetic. Yeah, bad habits are definitely like I used to eat like literally almost a pound of red Twizzlers, like the floppy the floppy sugar noodles, floppy red sugar noodles. I used to eat a pound, almost a pound of those a day. I was so fucking hooked. Like, oh, I have to have an addiction. Like, I am a person. I have to have an addiction. Like, so I just now that I've in life, now that I've recognized that a while ago, I just try to steer it towards stuff that's not a fucking pound of Twizzlers. Um, so at this point, I steer it trying to create stuff or shoot people in the head from 350 meters out with a M4A1 and armor piercing rounds. But I mean, either way, it works out. What is your sugar pre-diabetic? Is usually 5.5. I have no idea. And all I know is like if I get a blood sugar meter thing, if I start following it, the good old steak sauce. Nothing like a fucking AR-15 based gun with some steak sauce. Yes, but I don't know what 5.5 means. What's that? But like I know long time ago I was pre-diabetic, and then I started eating sugar all the fucking time because that's what you do. But I got to see what's going on with that. You think you are out there, Chippy? If you are out because you're confused, why are you confused, Chippy? By the way, I saw you say that Mrs. J got back. That she's good. 5.5 is 99. Oh, that I kind of remember that number. And I think the last blood test thing I had, I was at like, I think that if I'm remembering the right number for the diabetic thing, it was like 95 or something. Something like that. Ain't a magic puffer jag, and I just got a spinal cord stimulator implanted in me on Wednesday. It's not as painful as I thought it would be, but it's not helping my neuropathy yet. Still have to program the damn thing. Apparently, they have a phone app. Now, of course, it has an app. You can probably link it in with a little, like, one of them little vibey butt plug things, and every time you're doing back therapy, you can do a little bit of butt therapy. Maybe hook it up to a fleshlight, you know, back therapy, ding dong therapy. I mean, whatever you want. I mean, like, you just wire it all up into one big super app that just turns you into a big floppy, vibrating, massive, orgasmic, pain-free electrocution. That actually don't sound too bad. Big toe, I am about 6'1.5", ish. Probably closer to 6'1" now that my spinal cord is fucking, or my spinal column is degrading. So like 6'1" whatever the hell that is in centimeters. I'm sure somebody here can type that in as I'm working on my freshly cleaned bowl. 14 pound is a stone. 186-ish centimeters. It says Chicago Ted. All right. Is my wallet still in here? Oh, no, okay. Yeah, I brought my wallet in here last night, thinking I was going to need it for that for the video card. But apparently Lenovo, is that it? Yeah, Lenovo. Apparently their shop is tied in with Amazon, or fucking Amazon owns them, or who knows how that works. So I was able to pay through my Amazon account. So I did not need my wallet. But it's a half hour past. So, would a Windows 11 tip be welcome here? Asked Larry. Sure. I don't see why not. Since I'm actually looking at the clock about half past, why don't we actually do a VertoThermoWhoofle like I'm supposed to do every half hour, but nobody ever reminds me. Scruff in space. Add a little more woofle juice. My aunt would say they slaughter the pigs at 150 kilograms when I was gaining weight. Wow. So now them weights you quoted don't seem so bad. Which weights did I... Oh, for me and dropping down to about $1.90 and all that good stuff. All right, where'd the lighter go? There it is. I gotta find the butane. Well, besides this one to top this all. Hey, what happened? Who did that? Huh. What's going on there? Is it because of that? Close that. Hello? There it is. Alright. Alright. Sheesh. I was a little worried for a second there. Hang in there, lighter. Ooh. Whoa. Number 3. And the close up. All right. Yeah, actually, I hit the wrong orange button. I hit the Lego button instead of the thermal camera button. So that would do it. Take a sip of coffee here. Let's scroll up here. You can improve Windows 11 by blocking ads with the juke host file, says Larry X. They still have that? That thing still works? Really? That's great. Hostfix works for Linux. Like I was using that for years before I got before I set up fuck my little my Pi-hole and Unbound DNS server. I used to use the host file thing on everything. God, I can't believe that still works. I mean, I guess that makes sense. So yeah, I guess it would. But Edge doesn't respect. Oh, of course, fucking Edge wouldn't respect it. It's Microsoft. Of course, they're going to ignore their own. Like, put it this way: a couple months ago, when Windows 11 got that bug where none of the VPNs worked. They're like, "Oh, it's a bug. We're sorry that none of your VPNs work." I don't think that was a fucking bug. I think that was a test fire to see if a feature that they're getting ready to put in there worked to help block VPNs from blocking Microsoft ads. I think that was a literal test fire to make sure it worked everywhere. But anyway, Lego button should make free Legos appear. Yeah, well, I wish they were. Some of them fucking things are expensive. Oh yeah, let me hit the button. Edge is Edge is like as the joke goes, but it is really true. Edge is only good for downloading Chrome or Brave. I mean, some people still like Firefox. That's fine. I just don't agree when they publicly come out and say, "Yeah, we run keyloggers on your shit to help our advertising." It's like, we know most of them do, but you don't have to come right the fuck out and say it. Like, that's a little bit fucking rude. And I use Chrome and Edge are tied together because I use Chromebooks and Chrome just runs better on Chromebooks. I'm sorry, Chrome and Brave are tied together because Chrome obviously runs better on a Chromebook than Brave does, but I still use Brave on Chromebooks. I use Microsoft Edge for all my like alternate account stuff. And then I use Opera, like if I got to do something on a stream, Opera is there because nothing is logged in, and I don't use it for shit unless I know I'm going to be like putting stuff on screen. That way I don't have to accidentally like show personal stuff. I used to run Firefox. Well, shit, I used to run Netscape Navigator. I'm old. And Firefox, that's an if I'm not mistaken, isn't Firefox an offshoot of like OG Netscape? I feel like that's about right. And I think I followed Firefox for a while, and then went to Chrome, and then Brave Chrome. Netscape Navigator Gold. Oh my god, I remember that. Like the anchor was like the fucking little icon thing. Firefox is Netscape. Okay, it is. I thought it was. Yeah, the Mozilla. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Mozilla. I remember Mozilla and Netscape were those I definitely remember were the same thing. Like, weren't they actually like in the same name? Weren't they both in the name at one point? Maybe. Never did Mosaic, Andy. I've heard of it here and there a little bit. I've never I don't even know that I've seen it, but I know I've heard of something Mosaic. And Dances with Aardvarks. Oh shit, we're way past Pussies and Piano. I guess we'll get ready to do that then as we wind down the browser chat. Caveman game on Commodore 64. Caveman game. I feel like I played that. I feel like I may have even played that when I was tripping on acid that one day, too. I feel like Mikey had that. He may have had that on his C64 128. Hey, what's up, Rasher, with the 10 euro? Yeah, that's a euro. Love the channel. Appreciate that. RIA gun owner. I am from Ireland, so I find this stuff interesting. RIA gun owner. I don't know, is sort of the right answer for that. Nothing illegal. Stuff like that. Some stuff like that I tend to keep a little to the chest, as it were, but some things are getting sorted out. What's up, Atkalar? Atkalar dropped a nice quote on my the video I released on Friday of fixing the 3070. I had to fix it last week. I had to replace the fans on it. But as Atkalar said, you don't truly own something until you have to repair it. So I like that. That's a good way to put that in perspective, I guess it were. Redneck Atheist abandoned Firefox when Chrome got out of beta because at the time Firefox was getting buggy and had massive memory leaks. I think that's probably about when I left too. I remember there being a lot of memory issues with Firefox. And we're saying this as we're like using Chrome, which is like Chrome's almost as bad as playing a fucking AAA video game sometimes. Goddamn. A Rasher, if you would like to know very detailed hands-on stuff about pew pew firearms, just catch Ed Bird in chat. He will happily discuss it with you, I'm sure, as he is an encyclopedia of many firearms and things related, I guess you could say. All right, so why don't we get ready for Pussies and Piano? We have pate again, except this time I'm going to try to squish it and maybe break it up or something to try and help them eat it a little more successfully, as opposed to most of it going onto the floor like I did last week. So yeah, let's do. Oh, let me get Rob queued up. Let's see. Got to get the right camera, correct camera, not the right camera, correct. Okay, there's that. That's there. Swipe that over. Volume I already checked is good. All right. I shall be back in a few minutes. Enjoy Rob and the kitties. And see, that's up. Grid there and go. All right. And that's Pianoman Rob or Rob Worrell on here. Got a double shot this time as I was out a little longer than I usually am, but obviously that's just fine. And yes, Poofy Girl, or Poofers Lee, she does tend to eat most of the food, while Spaz in the background behind Lee is pretty much just putting it onto the floor just a little bit at a time. That's just what she does. Anyway, guess we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I saw Tiny Mama Butt was blocking the camera. Somebody usually does, so just kind of shuffle her out the way there. Yeah, I still have to. I do realize I now realize I need to get shallow bowls like that, but with hard corners for the rim, not this soft edge, fucking tapered, whatever you want to call it, because everything just gets shoved onto the floor. That's just kind of what they do. Hey, it's case new H9 Elite. What's that? The NZXT H9 Elite case showed up. Ended up getting a nice case so that he had future ability in it. As my 3070 will do well for him for a while, but eventually he will want to upgrade to something else. And if you got a big ass case, then I mean that's almost future proof, like forever proof, as long as they run a ATX or EATX standard. The only real big difference now would be to see if that had cutouts in it for the Project Zero motherboards, where all the different people where all the plugs are on the back of the motherboard, so there's no cabling up front except pretty much the video card. What's up, Boink? Sorry, I can see them through the window here. But yeah, he ended up getting a nice case and some Leanne Lee fans. Didn't you get the Leanne Lees? I think you got something like that. Or no, Antex? So he got ordered some fans as well. My vertical riser for the 4090 showed up today at the Amazon locker, but I'll just get that Monday morning. Since the card itself isn't showing up till Wednesday or Thursday, I would think, hopefully Wednesday. Because if it shows up Thursday, then we're closed, so that's going to be fucking stupid. And then Friday we're open, but I'm off, so I'll end up having to go to work anyway, which just sucks. And you got the Antex, okay. That's right, it was like the P12 RGBs, if I'm not mistaken. 5-pack. This case takes a lot of a lot of fan slots. He's got a 360 millimeter we're going to stuff probably in the top, and then just a shitload of fans everywhere else. And we'll be live streaming that as well. So you'll get to meet Ed, besides seeing the occasional Ed cam, which hopefully once Ed gets all this new system together, he'll be able to run Ed cam again and not have it distress his frame so much. Run the Ed cam during the Gray Zone live stream. We'll see how that goes. Processor upgrade will definitely help with that, to help process the physics a lot quicker and more efficiently. I'm gonna go ahead and just have one because I did a fresh pack while Rob was playing. So cheers, everybody. Yeah, when Ronnie's like spring fur comes in, he looks a little like he's been hanging out at the gym all week or all winter. I mean, he is a strong dude. He runs up and down the cat trees and the towers, and his room is upstairs. Like, it's basically Ronnie's room upstairs, and he runs everywhere. He doesn't walk as, like, you see him moving slowly here because food's involved, but if there's no food involved, if he moves, he's usually just a blur. So he definitely runs around a lot. So cheers to Ronnie and the kitty cats and all the other kitty cats. So here's a kitty puff, even though Ronnie's not a fan of cannabis. Oh yeah, he is Zoomies Dances with Aardvarks. Like he doesn't get Zoomies, he gets Slowmies every once in a while. Like he'll be sitting there like laying next to me, like laying on, like not, he won't lay on me, but like, you know, he'll sausage up next to me. He'll be laying there, be dead asleep for like, it usually takes, at this point, he's getting better. He'll usually last about 6 or 7 minutes before suddenly he just jumps up, flies across the living room, starts batting his little ball donut thing around, and then runs upstairs, runs back downstairs, bats the ball thing around, disappears for a minute, and then he'll come back over and be like, meow, or like want to lay back down. I'm like, what the fuck was all that? And then he'll do the same thing. He'll do it twice, pretty much all the time, before he just, you know, just starts running around and doing his thing. Now, Ronnie's really not the leader. Ronnie's usually pretty kind of timid. Him and Poofers, who's right behind him. Oh, yeah, you can kind of see her on the left side. She's a little more food dominant, but him and her don't get along that great, so usually leave him alone. And Tiny Mama is like, she's the big boss around here. She's the tiny one, but she's the big boss. Like, she doesn't take shit from anybody. They were, I left the main door, like, the big front door open and left the glass door closed, unlocked. Gray Buddy was hanging out like all day yesterday. Like every time I went out on the porch, he was like usually around the corner, or like a couple times he was just sleeping on the porch. So I left the door open, and he was just sitting there like with this look on his face, like, what? Like for like 10 minutes just looking in as my cats kept running up. Lee kept like pawing on the doors, but not aggressively, but like meow, like she wanted to go play with him or something. Tiny Mama just kind of kept looking. Ronnie would run up, look, and then he'd like run away because Ronnie's a little timid. With everybody except for basically me now. Um, but yeah, I don't know what was up with yesterday. Gray Buddy was just hanging out on the porch a lot, so I just hung out with him. Actually, the past couple of days, he's been stopping by. I threw up a couple of shorts. With where is he going? Oh, so I see his ears and Hoover head on Beefcake's body. But anyway. Other than Mama and Dada, the kid's first word was kitty on this stream when you went out for more tots. Nice. Kitty. That's a good first word. That's an important first word. There's Pooper. She's staring hard at her brother right now. Hey, girl. Because you can see that big ass chunk of food that's on the floor right there on the left side, just above the Scrufdog thing. All right, he's standing down. Yeah, she'll take care of that. Cheers from my orange creamsicle cat, Mr. Crispy Juicy Tenders, says Chicago Ted. Well, cheers back to Mr. Crispy Juicy Tenders. Yeah, and I wonder what how to put the live stream up like in the living room so when they're done eating they can look up and go, hey, wait a minute. Is there a hidden camera somewhere? Ooh, that's all poofer. Dances with Aardvark says, when cat's pupils fully dilate, you know the shit's about to hit the fan. That is absolutely true. The shit is definitely about to hit the fan when you see them eyes go boo, and the faster they open, like the sooner you know something's about to go down. That's not quite her butt. That's more her side and hip. And buns. Ah, they're good kitties. What is catnip? Catnip is part of the mint family. There's some there, and that's full butt right there. I actually have a little, like, it's like one of those giant spice shakers or whatever, you know, like a spice thing, you know, like the big plastic ones. I got one of those. It's for catnip, actually in the living room next to the yum 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 sneaky yum yums cap or cap, what's caps lock, bag of snacks for them. I don't put it out too much because they seem like really hit or miss with it. See, they getting everything there. Covered that. Is Kevin Hardesty still here? Got the Horvac. Got that. Okay. And she's getting, I gotta give her a brushing as well. A couple more brushings. Like her, since she's like a double layered floofer, like her winter coat needs a little more assistance getting out so she doesn't get like super itchy. So I've been helping comb her. Pretty. I guess I should probably record one of her combing sessions. Like I guess that would be one of them chill things to watch because she does kind of get into it. All right. Like she'll sit there and like as I'm combing her when she's done biting on it, I can hold it and she'll kind of do her cheek herself a little bit, which is good because I don't want to like get pushed too hard, you know, like because that's sensitive, especially around the neck area. Leela waves a paw in greeting. Says Kevin Hardesty. Yeah, I saw your thing. Like, that's cool if you got to miss a stream. Like, if you got to miss a stream, you don't have to apologize. Like, trust me, you do what you need to do for you with yourself before you worry about anything with my dumbass. But I appreciate that. But yeah, that and like Chipmunk had said something earlier. Like, it's all good. Y'all just do what you need to do. Default. Carpet surfing like a crackhead. What's that? Like a carpet shark? Oh, yeah, like a ferret. Little Weasley. But yeah, I used to know a couple people that had carpet sharks, little toe biters. Oh yeah, I missed the top of the hour toast. Where the hell's Jack Attack? Anyway, cheers everybody. Again, while I'm holding it in my hand. Ooh. Is displaying a flag not against the rules here? I mean, as long as it's not like an offensive flag. I suppose, like, I don't see any offensive things that I recognize right now. Rasher. Dick Shark. Now, I don't think Mouse is here right now, Redneck Atheist. But that is recommended by Mouse. 21, well, 18 and plus, probably 20. Just don't just it's up to you. Yeah, I see the blue and red. I don't. That's fine. Like, my battery just died. I just got to charge it up. There's one I made out of what's left of a cell phone battery and a magnet. I don't even know where the hell that switch came from. Old breadboard. Yeah, I don't mind seeing that flag here. Yeah, Chicago's head sees it like, yeah, if there's like someone like rocking a Nazi flag or something, then yeah, that would be a little different. But I don't see an issue of running. Like, I was running yellow and blue on my icon for a while before I changed all the whole channel thing over. Black Watchers. So it looks like NASA hired SpaceX to knock down the ISS in 2031. Guess they are going to design a rocket just for that. Yeah, I saw that, and I'm sure it'll be. I thought it was interesting. They said they needed to design a vehicle. Like, I don't see why they couldn't send possibly 2 Falcon 9s with modified like cargo dragons. Yeah, they said it'll probably most likely be a modified dragon. But I wouldn't see, like, there's different ports. Like, you don't necessarily need to only use one. You could send 2 smaller ones up even, or just 2 different launches. Lock those on. That way I feel like you'd have a little more attitude control kind of thing. Roll control, that whole deal. Yeah, no Disney flags. Horribly offensive. But yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do 2. But I mean, they'll get it sorted out. What about Dogo flags? I'm pretty sure I'd be alright with Dogo flags. But yeah, I saw that they got the contract. I mean, that's a fucking given. Like, what are they going to do? Ask Boeing to do it? SpaceX said they can do it for $843 million. Boeing would ask for $3 billion, spend $5 billion on it, and the ISS would end up crashing into like fucking like Kansas. You know what I mean? Like, Boeing would just fuck that all up. Ugh. Yeah, lots of fuel for slowing it down, mostly, says Asthma. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking, like, even 2 would even be better for that, because you'd be able to slow it down easier, twice as much fuel available. Even if you didn't have to run the thrusters at full whack. Just seems like 2 smaller, slightly smaller, like, versions would probably work okay. They are going to send it to a spot in the Pacific something patch. Oh yeah, this like the space grave. There's a word like the space graveyard, or yeah, there's a spot out in the Pacific that's like where they generally try to aim things for. I know there is a certain word or term for that. I forget what it is. Kevin, you just really enjoy the Lakers. Yeah, I mean, they're going along pretty good now that we've moved on past the damn bomber. Whew. I wonder why they don't just use Boeing ship. It's still going to be, yeah, at this point, Lockwatcher, it probably will, like, it should stay there. Christ. God. You can't slow it down too fast or it'll break apart. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that big ass fucking thing. That's the other thing what that 2 would be able to do, because instead of using one big one in the middle, which is going to cause some wub wub. I mean, like, if you have like one right there, like this is the ISS, if you don't know. So if you got like one like right there on like one of the more center mounted pods or docking stations, as you started slowing it down, like the 2 ends over here are going to be wub wub really bad, because the whole The whole station's going to be flexing. But if you had filled up the pods on the outer edges and used slower propulsion, it would seem like the whole thing would be able to slow down better, have more control, and not get as much fucking like flexy flex, because it's space, but there's like shit still bounces. Russia could be blowing it out of space with their missiles. Yeah, really, right. Russia is fucking. They had one of their satellites, one of their long decommissioned satellites, just broke up a few days ago. Nobody's really sure why. They don't know. Like, I can't. I would think if they were testing like satellite destructive techniques, we would have detected something of with our little network. So it seems like it may have just actually genuinely just finally broke up into a bunch of pieces, which is great because here comes the fucking the thingy thing where everything in space and around us crashes into each other. We were just talking about that a couple weeks ago. God, I always forget that one too. That's one of the ones I don't. Was it that the Kessler effect? Kepler? Kepler? One of those words. Since it's not like in my regular vocabulary, I generally forget the actual term, but as soon as I hear it, I'm like, oh yeah, that. Kessler syndrome. Okay. Maybe Musk could just buy it and repurpose it as Station X. Well, if he gets any more holes in it, it's just going to be basically a giant space colander, like Stringer. You use it for space spaghetti. Russia, China, and India have all tested anti-satellite weapon system. I knew Russia and China. I didn't know India had. That's odd. Like, did India actually blow something up like Russia did? Yeah, that was one of the possibilities. They did say there was always the possibility of actually selling the space station to some commercial entity to take over. But I don't know that. I guess nobody really wanted to, or maybe that's kind of like still open. But I don't know about that. Would be an interesting stream to watch. I'd have a different view on every fucking monitor if I could. Just to see the ocean coming at you, because like obviously some of it is going to survive through the plasma, and hopefully there'd be at least one camera on that pod, like aimed at a window or something, so you could just watch that shit coming in hot. Oh man, it is a shame. Like it is a waste there, Kevin, but I don't know. I don't know. They were saying, oh, we could put it in a higher orbit, but then if it broke up, and I was like, well, shit, let's just launch it out into deep space. But that's a big fucking challenge. Like, it's not as easy as Kerbal Space Program. Satellite to sat attack. Okay. Oh. You would think you'd put it on a real shallow angle to keep it in the atmosphere as long as possible. That's generally what they kind of try to do. Most likely, they'll probably have it start coming in as the track, like if you look at a flat map, since the Earth is round and not flat, when you put it on a flat map, as you know, an orbit, you actually, like a straight orbit is actually a sine wave on a flat map. So most likely, I would think that the plan would be as the wave is going under Australia and then back up towards Alaska, that would probably be the best time to have it come down, because that way, even if it comes down early, it'll just go into south of Australia in the Pacific Ocean, and then the rest of it will just spread into the greater Pacific, or have it start coming in at the southern tip of Australia to come out into the greater Pacific. I would think that would probably be the target trajectory to take it down in the Pacific, like the space junkyard in the Pacific. Park it next to Skylab. Poor Skylab. Oh, but I definitely want to see whatever videos we can get out of it. It was nice to see that that SpaceX released the video from the booster from the integrated flight test 4, because they had little floaty drones out where the booster was supposed to land, and you actually got to see it come in and go boop into the water and then fall over. So that was nice. Will they be building a new station? Yes, that is currently the plan. They're kind of checking to see if they want to build their own or get someone else to build one for them, and then they just rent it, as it is right now. China's building a new space station. It's actually pretty fucking good. It's doing very well, it would seem right now. So congrats to them. That's always cool. And Russia is talking about doing their own thing or jumping in with China on China's new space station. They just want to cut off as much as they can with Americans, but at this point, they're kind of locked in with the ISS, because they actually use or own more of the ISS than the Americans do. Even though the Americans are generally considered the more often the mission leaders, I guess, something like that. It's kind of weird, but Mr. Phil 69, SpaceX is killing it with the video feeds. Yeah, if it wasn't for Starlink, we wouldn't have been able to watch that Starship fucking start to almost burn up in the plasma, and it just little pieces of it just dripping away from the plasma. To see a live plasma stream all the way through was fucking amazing. That was great. Skylab is gone. Yeah, I think that's they're probably going to pretty much put ISS on top of Skylab. They did the Skylab. That was the one that they shoved into the Atlantic as well, wasn't it? Or was that a different one? Haven't we had 3? Isn't the ISS the 3rd? Wasn't there some little one somewhere in there too? Blackwatcher. Maybe Boeing could build it. No, that'd be great. It'd be $20 billion. It'd be ready by 2035. And it would actually get off the ground by 2050. So that'd be perfect. We'll get them on it right then and there. Good night, Graham Shaw. Appreciate you hanging out. Many countries have done ground to space, but few have done satellite to satellite attack systems. Okay. Russia had a space. Okay, so that might be the other one I'm thinking of. I thought there was another one. They're going to build a station orbiting the moon. They kind of have to, because especially if they're going to be trying to use the moon as a launch point for interplanetary travel, they're going to have a space station as a stopping point as well. That way, big ships go to the space station, and then they have a specific lander for coming up and down, and then say you sent a Starship to the moon space station, Starship would show up, have extra fuel to refuel the space station and the lander. Lander would go down, come back up. They'd probably make sure top it off then, or their Starship would always be bringing fuel with it. And then they would have a specific different lander for going up and down, kind of like they did with the Apollo mission. So yeah, that would make absolutely perfect sense to have a. We just got my my Woofler collection off the Thingiverse. So besides, let's see, this is the V5 woofler. That one's got a bunch of extra bullshit in it, which I can show you another example of. So that's the V5. This is the V3 woofler, which is more of your standard, not much going on. Just it still has the little siphon thing so that the fluid can't back into you. Then there's the 100mm outdoor woofler. And you can see the complex scraping drain mechanism to help get the fluid back in, but the bubbles up top. This creates more of a wave across the top than a big woof. And then I think this is the V4, or like, well, this is the special edition BigClive woofler. You take the lid off. And then this fits a like a butane, like some butane cans fit that as a stand. And then underneath the lid is BigClive.com. And then if you take a Sharpie, if your printer is detailed enough, if you take a Sharpie, it's not trying to focus, but I think you can see the little BigClive emblem in there. I think the original woofler, I don't know if it's on my page, but I know there is an original woofler on Thingiverse as well. They announced they're going to build a station orbiting the moon after decommissioning the ISS. Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of focus on one at a time a little bit. The point of a moon base to produce fuel on the moon to cut costs sending fuel from Earth. Yeah, if they can get fuel production going on the moon, that would be huge, fucking huge for interplanetary travel. And obviously, eventually, intergalactic travel, where we can go spread our bullshit all over the fucking universe. Like, they really want this kind of dumb coming at them. Durasec 6 hours, which probably means 8. Yeah, I've noticed Cures on some prints, it's a little off on the time. But actually, I haven't used it in a little while. I gotta unbury my printer. It's just under all kinds of shit from moving stuff around in the basement. I gotta get it moved into the new workshop. Night Haravac. I tried it on a printer and it didn't work. Any ideas why? It's a Lexmark 923 inkjet. If you're going to print it on a 923 inkjet, you got to make sure you have your paper tray is going to need probably be able to fit about 900 sheets of paper. Then it should print it all out. But I mean, that's a lot of fucking scissor work. I'd really recommend you use something that involves like plastic. But I mean, if you want to do all that scissor work, by all means, but you're just going to need like probably more of an office style printer that can hold more sheets of paper so it can print every layer for you. And I'd get some really comfortable scissors too. Yeah, you know, that should work it out. Yes, there are humans around here occasionally. Printer bed is heating up right now. I got all of them on the build plate except for the outdoor Big Daddy. Yeah, that's definitely a print. And that I usually did I print that upside down? I think I printed it right side up. No, yeah, I printed that right side up, yeah. Don't know that doesn't look like I used any support. I probably, the bottom of it makes it look like I used a raft. But I think I just printed it really slow because I don't see any support stuff on there. Try Prusa Slicer. Yeah, Prusa Slicer works really good. Cura, as far as I know, still works good. Um, those are pretty much the two big ones out there. Wow, really late Cheers 420. I actually that should probably should probably get around to doing that because now that the new like lab is finally starting to get a little bit going, I should probably go ahead and purchase a dedicated like table stand thing for the 3D printer and get it off of out of its current area and into a much cleaner environment. I'm most likely going to put it in a plexiglass container for in case I have to print like ABS, or which probably not. They've got much better stuff than ABS at this point. But um, because 3D printers you can kind of screw with the print if there's like a breeze going by, especially some of your higher temperature stuff. That and sometimes the fumes get weird, but I do want to kind of put it in its own dedicated area, not just at the end of a workbench. So, at Kalar, I just had a misprint. Cura decided to string some 30mm arc into thin air without the supports. That's, yeah, well, some printers can kind of do that, if I'm reading that right. Is there a way to not have to type out someone's stream name something easier? Uh, what? Oh. You mean like the at Scrufdog thing? Like at someone? Is that what you mean? I'm not sure what you mean there, Fama. Now the old school fused starch 3D printers. Oh, none of those needed support. It's always free if you print it at work. Yeah, we don't. I feel like, well, I've done a lot of like at my at the branch I work at. There's nameplates on every door because it's an OSHA like requirement kind of thing to have every room labeled what it is. So they had me print out a bunch of custom nameplates for like anything that's from electrical room to like, fucking vice president. Like his office has one of my little 3D printed and plates. And what I did is I printed it in like shiny silver, and then all the raised portions I did in black paint. So the whole branch just has all my 3D printed fucking little door badges all over it. And that was fun just sitting there just with a fucking paint marker, just painting them all in. And I actually made a couple bucks off of it too, so that was kind of neat. But then I had to watch, I had to print slow because it like, since they were long, they like to try and fucking hot dog, and curl up a little bit. So those I had to print with a pretty big skirt on it. I never had to use a raft on them, but I put, I think it was a 10mm skirt on all of them. And I printed them as close as I could together as well so they would hold each other down. Yes, to highlight their name. If you mean on mobile, like there's no way to do it. The only way to do it that I know of that it works on is desktop. When you do at and start typing, the desktop version will give you options to click on, but the mobile has nothing. Like the mobile just recently-ish started highlighting when people added you. Like like that's kind of recent-ish. Like I feel like that was just this year. So their mobile chat is kind of meh right now, but they're getting there, I guess. So, but yeah, that's for the YouTube app. Like if you're in a browser in YouTube and using like the browser, like desktop, chat, it should work. But the actual mobile app, it does not work. Which I don't. I think that's weird. As popular as YouTube is on mobile, and they are also trying to get more popular by using shorts and stuff like TikTok, but their chat part they kind of forgot about. Like it's like they just remembered. Oh yeah, we got chat on that shit, dude. Don't we? Why don't we act like we give a shit about it? Like that kind of deal. Thumb blasting sounds dirty. Well, Chicago Ted prefers to use all 10 fingers instead of just thumb blasting. Some people appreciate all 10 fingers instead of just two thumbs. Absolutely. I would just make sure you ask first. Make sure everything is very clear on that front. Oh boy. If you are on mobile, you have to take. Yeah, okay, yeah. Mr. Phil's saying that. Yeah, like I said, I think YouTube just kind of forgot. And then, Christ, they used to always force the YouTube Studio to open up if you're trying to get into your live stream dashboard. But the thing is, YouTube Studio mobile app doesn't have a live, or didn't at the time. I don't know if it does now, but at the time it didn't have the live stream dashboard in it. But if you wanted to go to the live stream dashboard on any of the apps on the phone, it would force you to open that. It's like, are you guys fucking stupid? Like, what the fuck? So I got around that with Brave, because it still does it, as far as I know. Just yeah, the whole YouTube app thing is just craptastic of such. Mama just likes edging. Well, if you like to ride that edge, by all means. Boobies pinned. Can we pin some boobies? Like that would be fine. Renegade this. The YouTube mobile app is pure ass. It really is kind of junk. It's pretty bad. Almost all mobile browsers except Chrome it allows you to block mobile apps being open. Yeah. That's why I use Brave, because I specifically have that checked in there. Do not open any fucking app. Without asking first. And the first time it asked if I wanted to use YouTube Studio, I checked do not ask again. No. Because YouTube Studio, as far as it's useful if you just want to like check stats, but besides that, it's kind of fucking junk. iOS stinks with live streaming. I don't know that I've ever live streamed from my work phone. Maybe at some point with a drone I may have tried, but I don't think so. Well, there's the ladies and gentlemen, we have the quote of the week. Go ahead and read this off here.
Mr. Phil 1969. I'm like a finger in the ass. Either a pleasant surprise or I make everything awkward.
That's nice. That's a good quote. That's a good quote. Ah, shit. Admiral Rascal's Chippy left early. He was here. He was around during Clive stream, and he was here earlier. Mrs. J has been dealing with like a little stuff here and there, so he's been kind of on and off. The ones I did from work were on my Samsung phone. Like the only iOS device I own is my old work tablet. Before the company, I work for now, the old company got bought out, and they were like, just keep the fucking tablets. Like they didn't have any use for them. So I have an Apple, whatever fucking iPad. I don't know. It's whatever that size is. I guess what are they like? Is 10 is one of the standard size for an iPad? I don't know that it's even been charged in 2 years. The only reason I kept it was for changing the colors on my fucking scooter. I was going to use it for flying Mavis, but it just overheated too much. Even more than the Samsung does. But that and the work phone, like I don't purposely try to own anything Apple-y. There we go. Yeah, my Chromebooks do fine. My old one's a little hit and miss with stuff. I think part of the eMMC memory is finally starting to go, because I mean it's like kind of cheap shit memory to use for fucking operating on, but it's cheap. Hence the reason that Chromebook, when I bought it, was like had been out for 6 months and was $130. You know what I mean? But the new Chromebook, that fucking thing does that. Like I play Portal on it, I do the web, I can fucking do design work and shit on it. Like the fucking Chromebook Pluses are nice. Bird is always the word. Yeah, if I get stuck, at work late on a night I'm supposed to be doing a live stream, then I'll just live stream from work again. Or if I'm just there late and I'm not supposed to be live streaming, I'll just probably just do a live stream from work again. My bosses saw half of them, and they didn't give a shit. Because at the beginning of them all, I went over the list of what I did, what I had to do, and what I'm supposed to do, and they were like, yeah, all right, whatever. So, like some of the high-end brass apparently is subscribed to this channel. I don't know what they watch, but I think that's kind of funny. But that started, I think, mostly when we did the live stream of the power plant getting all exploded up. The big ass boom of that bullshit. Do you know why you can't fart in an Apple store? Says Lockwatcher. Because you'll get copyright noticed for it, and your channel will get shut down. There goes Spaz. Yeah, I have the cat camera still on over here. Spaz just walked by. iOS is it's a thing. It's an interesting thing to deal with. You're not supposed to fart in the Apple Store because they don't have windows. But don't bumps.
I'm Pickle Rick!
And I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere in Apple's fucking system they got something running Windows Server somewhere. As much as they would hate to admit it. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't gotten bong hit, copyright, EMI, strike. And then it gets monetized, and then I get a fucking hit from YouTube for fucking smoking a fucking dab. Like, I wonder if someone reported that. Who knows? Ain't gonna stop. It's like, that's fine. Fried chicken? Who has fried chicken grease? What am I gonna eat tonight, yo? Yo, food, yo! What am I eating tonight? Not pancakes. For breakfast, I've just made like a bunch of scrambled eggs. Like, I didn't even put anything in it except for the, like if you've ever used like a grinder, like a pepper grinder or a salt grinder thing, or like seen, like whatever, dealt with one, owned one, whatever. You know, if you take the lid off and just kind of turn it upside down and give it a spanking, like a, look a little bit, and really just get a little bit out of there. You know what I mean? As opposed to running the grind and like, that's basically what I did. For 3 eggs, just scrambled them up, didn't put much in there, got done, put them in there, and then just threw a bunch of fucking salsa on top of that shit. Fucking amazing. I haven't done that in a while. Highly recommend salsa on scrambled eggs. It is really good. I usually get medium salsa when I did it, but I bought spicy salsa because I just usually buy spicy salsa anyway. But it's still good. Definitely not a problem in the morning for my fucking, the way my diet goes, but definitely recommend. I know someone on here says they said at some point that they'd had that. But yeah, definitely put salsa on scrambled eggs. It's fucking great. Fried chicken, KFC. KFC is good chicken. Popeyes has better chicken. And it's a hard decision between Royal Farms chicken and Popeyes chicken. But I'd probably lean more towards Popeyes because I usually get their Cajun spicy chicken because that's what, what I do. Smack my eggs up. Smack my eggs up. Bonghead, copyright, Cheech and Chong. Yeah, pretty much. Like, okay, I can't, like, it is ridiculous. Like, I remember hearing, like, I've heard some of the old stories when, like, EMI and Sony went on a copyright fucking rampage of, like, wind blowing. Redneck Atheist. Scrambled or omelets, both are great with salsa. Yeah, I've done any kind of fluffy egg, not yolky egg, but fluffy egg with salsa is just really good. That hand lick and smack, you seem to have done that before, says Falma. Well, you know. I'm strong. What is it? I'm strong to the finish because I eats me spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Spank, spank. So how about them blue-footed fucking boobies, huh? Rock lobster. Popeye spicy chicken is really good. The spicy chicken strips are my favorite, but not all stores sell the strips. Yeah, most of them around here have the strips there, Rifleman. They are really good. I usually go there. I get the Cajun fries, Cajun whatever chicken, whatever I'm in the mood for. Occasionally I'll get, if I'm feeling frisky and like somehow actually hungry enough to even try it, I'll get the fucking, their gravy. Their mashed potatoes and gravy are fucking amazing. Blue-footed boobies. There you go. Occasionally I will get a side of gravy and dip the Cajun fries into said gravy. But a lot of times I forget to order the said side of gravy, but their Cajun stuff dipped in their gravy is fucking great as well. Yes. Is a flock of tits called titties. I believe it's called a brothel. A brothel. A flock of tits is called a brothel. You have not yet mentioned pancakes, Lockwatcher. I apparently had to be the first one to mention pancakes this week, as I just did, saying that I didn't want pancakes. That was a little while ago. But no, you have not, Lockwatcher. How was your Thursday pancake? Biscuits and gravy. I love me some motherfucking biscuits and gravy, Mr. A-Cake. What about a nice veal sandwich with cheese, tomato sauce, and mushrooms? As long as the mushrooms were sauteed to absolute hell in butter, preferably with fresh minced garlic and fresh chopped onions. If we can add that to that, way too much butter, almost make it a sauce. So you put down the veal, you put the cheese and tomato sauce on top, you put it in there, you cook it a little bit longer, get that melt on, bring it out, and then put that almost butter, onion, fucking garlic, mushroom sauce kind of on top of it, or even off to the side to like dip it in. Even since it's super chunky sauce, include a small spoon to like kind of put it on as you go. Now we're fucking talking. Now we're talking titties. Now we're talking titties. All right. Almost poutine. I thought isn't poutine fries? I always forget that. I know y'all told me this before. I always go over what poutine is. What is fries, mayonnaise, and fucking ketchup? Isn't that poutine, or is that something else? Anchovies on pizza. Ew. C2S. That's bad. That's almost bannable. Like, don't talk about anchovies on pizza. Like, you're a contest winner. I can't ban you. But if you're gonna talk about putting anchovies on, even jokingly, like that ain't cool. Like, I gotta put a limit somewhere. Calm down a little bit. I was fucking with it. Maybe. Fries. Oh, that's right. Gravy and cheese. That's right. Cheese, curd, and brown. That's right. Right. So it's like chunky, ends up being like ultra chunk gravy, cheesy gravy on front. I don't, it might be alright. But if I try it, I want to try it somewhere that actually knows how to properly make it, not some fucking derphead fucking around here. Unless like someone actually, figure out someone knows how to do it. About the mic, on screen, keyboard crashed out, needed to reboot the phone. What did I miss? I just finished putting my clothes back on. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Anchovies are expensive. I have no idea. Blech. Anchovies on pizza. Blech. Traditional poutine is French fries, brown gravy, and cheese curds. I consume a lot of brown gravy, yet somehow I've made it under 200 pounds. So that's not bad. Cats always bug me when I'm opening tuna cans, and I do occasionally give them a little bit, but you shouldn't like pile on the tuna for cats, because if they don't get it all the time, like they can kind of fuck with them a little bit. Which is weird. Yeah, you can get it in the processed cat food form and it's fine, but when you give them like the real shit, sometimes it doesn't sit right with them. So just always be careful with raw tuna and your cats. Like small quantities, please. But sometimes I'll give them a little bit, which of course means I'm supposed to give it to them all the time, which, I forgot that in cat politics, cat terms. Actually, maybe I'll make some tuna. I'd say I might make tuna halva tomorrow. I know I'm just gonna fucking know I'm going to end up ordering from fucking Super Subs. I pretty much do that every Sunday at this point before the stream. That way I have a crab cake before the live stream, and then I have a club sandwich or a chicken salad sub waiting for me for dinner and during stream snack. patch 2 is getting ready to come out, which also means that we will be having the Gray Zone giveaway with, there's going to be some kind of requested limitations, like I said before on that, of basically having a computer that can handle it, one, mostly, and then the other one just making sure that you're able to hop on, every once in a while so that we can all squat up and hang out. So that will be coming soon because patch 2 testing is happening right now this weekend. If for those that join, I might bounce in there. I don't have to talk to Ed. But like to see the biggest improvement in that I'm looking forward to. I mean, performance improvements are nice, obviously, but the biggest thing I'm looking for is having a separate mouse sensitivity when you're looking down the scope. Because right now it's the same. So like you want to just you want to move the crosshairs from here to here. It's like you got to move it just a little bit, and it's like, damn it, and you're fucking all over the. Like if you've watched me, you see I'm like kind of trying to do that. Like I need to cut the mouse sensitivity almost in half of what it is when I'm looking down a scope because I'm not trying to swing around when I'm down scope. So that's the biggest thing I'm looking forward to. That'll make long range hits a lot easier because I won't feel as rushed as I keep going too far one way or the other as I'm about to run out of fucking breath. Like I do on streams occasionally. Holy shit. If I get a prime rib roast slab, I do occasionally do that. If I do something like that, I'll usually put it in the gas oven, not the fucking electric one, and just slow cook the fuck out of it. Or put it in the crock pot, like if it's just a big old slab of meat, put it in the crock pot, like, all day. A1 has anchovy. Yeah, A1 has anchovy in it, but it's not, like, prominent. I don't really use A1 anyway. I saw anything can go on pizza, but mocking it. Yeah, oh yeah, of course. Monte Cristo sandwich. I feel like I've had a Monte Cristo. I forget what is on a Monte Cristo, but I feel like I've had that somewhere. I know I've at least seen it somewhere, or been with someone that's had it, or something like that. Try cutting cursor acceleration. I was going to do that, but then they're going to have a separate thing because most of your modern games with that deal heavily with sniper scopes have a separate mouse sensitivity when you're down scope. So I was kind of just waiting for that. If they didn't announce it, my mouse is programmable. I can change the DPIs for it right here, and I can program all the buttons. There's like the side buttons there. You can see there's that's 2 buttons. I think you can see that. Yeah, and then the third, like that's the triple fire button. These I'm going to set up for setting zeroing. But you can change the DPI here, and I was getting ready to program my down scope button to also change my DPI on the mouse to slow it down through the mouse hardware itself. But then I heard the ADS was coming out, and I went, no, never mind, we're good. But I heard that's not an uncommon thing. Or I would just reprogram the buttons to make it work. But either way, yeah, I had some other things I was going to do. But once they announced it there, it's getting ready to come out, I decided just to keep it and just save the effort. And fart instead. Custard confit. What's up, Mr. AK? You okay? I use my sniper button on my mouse. Yeah, I was basically going to program a sniper button. Like, I could have even used one of the side buttons because I don't have them programmed on anything yet. I don't know. If I ever get another mouse, I'll probably get one with more buttons. Like, if I do, I'd probably get a Probably get one with a pinky button. I wouldn't mind having like a button here, like, you know, so that way I could step off the middle finger right here a little bit. But you know, we'll see. Right now, I like the mouse. Ah, man, it is fucking. What is going on right there? I don't have a bug yet. It's just really itchy. I think I got a zit coming in or something. Phew. You can't be homophobic if you're gay, says Mr. A Cake. Yeah, actually, I'd have to disagree with that because I know someone who is openly gay but also absolutely hates gay people. Openly, which is weird. Anyway. And they support Donald Trump, which is like, Donald Trump openly hates you. What is, I don't know. But anyway, I ain't trying to get into that bullshit. The canned powdered vanilla yellow custard. Well, that Jello pudding makes a good pie custard stuffing. Yeah, I'm gonna just bring this back a little bit because I'm just kind of chilling back here now. I don't feel like sitting up. So you just have to deal with the cordage. But I'll tell you what, putting the 90-degree adapter right there, instead of having the cord come out here and like wrap around, like that saved a lot of dongs. I'll tell you what, dong. Probably will eventually upgrade to one of those like silent moving booms that like people have, but we'll see how it goes. Right now, this works, obviously. I'm using a trackball on this computer. I used to use a mouse, but I find a trackball much more pleasing. Yeah, I have a trackball that I use. One of the old school TrackMan, the Logitech TrackMans with the big red ball that's an index finger as opposed to a thumb ball. When I heard that they discontinued those and nobody else had anything like it, I bought another one. So I have two, and they both still work. Love that motherfucking thing. But for gaming, I've gotten way more used to the timing and the movement and the DPI of this mouse. I think it's, I forget what DPI it's even on. I just know if I flip through it when I hit red, that's my, whatever my DPI is. Blackwatcher will be smoking 4 pork butts to make pulled pork for our annual neighborhood 4th of July party next week. That is great. I feel like I could probably drive there in time for that. Blackwatcher. Like you're Ohio? Why do I think Ohio? I feel like that's way off too. Mr. Phil only uses trackballs. Now I get it. Like I was majorly addicted to them for a while, but then when I started gaming with an actual gaming mouse, I actually am a little more accurate with the gaming mouse right now. But yeah, like rifles, man. If you have a cluttered workspace, or I used to travel all the time, just a fucking TrackMan was perfect because I didn't have to move shit. Work great on airplanes, you know, if I'm trying to like do stuff, get stuff done on an airplane or watch movies, move stuff around. Ugh. Mm, mm, mm. Ham and cheese eggy bread sandwich, says Delta Mike. Those aren't bad. Sometimes I like raw bread on my breakfast sandwiches because a lot of times I'll just kind of squish on it and almost make it, you know, like a pseudo pita kind of thing, like squishy, dense bread. But sometimes I got to toast, which obviously toast is not exactly your forte right now, unless there's a campfire going. Actually, fucking campfire toast is far superior to any fucking toast. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on. God damn. Ugh. Sorry about that. Huh. Oh yeah, Chicago Ted. once 7:30 hits on the Saturday stream, it always ends up starting to lean towards food. And it's almost time for the top of the hour toast, which would normally have a bunch of shit popping up over here, but that's still broke. Again, maybe I'll get to it 4th of July, but it seems I have a lot of computer building to do on the 4th of July. I'm going to have to redo mine and build Ed's. Which is fine. Like, oh, and I don't even know. I guess Ed's probably playing Gray Zone and listening to the stream, but I guess just in case Ed doesn't realize it, like he probably, yeah, there he is. You won't be going home with your computer whatever day you come over. You most likely won't be going home with it. I may have to like get some shit sorted on it. So don't expect to necessarily go home with it. It may be a day or two of me tweaking before you come back and get it. It's just how that works. Hey, like, I ain't fucking happy about it either, because that means I don't have a fucking squad mate, which means we're gonna have to time it just right. So, I'll probably end up having to do at least one Gray Zone stream where I just run around on solo mode and get fucking wasted, or just do some, like, key farming or something. But we'll get that sorted out. Oh, well, that's right. Did you get a new system drive? And then, that's right, you got a new system drive, and your storage drive from your current PC is coming over when that one's ready. So that's right. So yeah, that one will still be active. That's right. All right, good. So never mind, we're covered there. I forgot about that. I forgot. For some reason, I thought you were bringing your system drive over, but you're not. You're bringing your gaming storage drive over. For those that don't know what we're talking about, me and Ed will be building for Ed a 12900 i9 12900K on an Asus Z 690. I forget if it's a 6 or 790 board, just because it was in a bundle, not because we wanted Asus. And was it 32 gigs of G Skill RAM? It's a Z790 chipset. Okay, that's good. That's the more recent one. Which is nice, because since it's a 12th gen, you don't have to deal with the 13th and 14th gen fuck-ups of crashing and instability, which is why, even though I'm getting a 4090, I have absolutely no desire to buy a 13th or 14th gen Intel. And I'm really not enthusiastic about the 15th gen, because they're only now figuring out that 13th and 14th are fucked up, and 15th has obviously already been in some sort of development. So I'm wondering how this is going to affect the mainline 15th generation chips. So having a 12900K is fucking good. Anyway, 12900K, Asus Z70, 32 gigs of G Skill Trident, if I'm not mistaken, NZXT H9 flow, Elite flow, something like that. My RTX 3070, which is has a very healthy overclock on it, which should carry over to the new system. I think we got him a power spec power supply, which is fine, not like an 850 watt, which is fine. Yeah, power specs are nice power supplies. That's what's in the studio PC. And like other stuff. So we'll be putting that all together, live stream. Whew. If I'm remembering all that right. Oh, you got the NZXT Gold 850. That's fine too. There you go. Even better. Chris is out. Have a good evening. Is Intel or AMD a better bet for a low-end laptop? Either an off-leaves business or a cheap... well, that's kind of hard to answer right now, because they are both releasing new processing lines, like, literally as we speak. Intel just is introducing all the new Core Ultra line anything from what is it, a Core Ultra 9 285X down to, I don't even know if they have threes anymore. I can say that the AMD, if you're depending on how small you're getting as far as low end, uh, if you're looking at a combination, if you're going all the way down to like the AMD, like the Z1 chipsets, like the Z1 Extreme, the Z1 chipsets that like they use in the Ally ROGs. They also have some portable devices with those chipsets in them. Those are superior to the Intel equivalent, but generally speaking, Intel seemed to run a little better until they ran into this thermal issue. Just on the desktop stuff, but mobile wise, they kind of go back and forth. It really, and I've heard lately that the fresh line of the AMD mobile stuff is going to run better than the Intel stuff. But then again, it seems like it's all subjective. Like I need to see benchmarks, and right now we don't have a lot of benchmarks. C2S, I can say numbers and letters too. Yeah, I've been following this stuff like really heavily lately. It is interesting that all these numbers, letters, and shit, you eventually get to know what they mean. And as soon as I get locked in and I get them all figured out, now Intel wants and AMD want to change their numbering scheme. Mostly Intel. And AMD is just getting confusing because they're releasing like retroactive AM4 shit. It's supposed to be as good as AM5, but it's still going through like an AM4 fucking speed bottleneck, or is 4 plus, whatever they're doing with the 5800 XT and the 5900 XT. It's supposed to be like, oh, it fits the old stuff. It's awesome. It's the new chip on the old stuff, but it's still going, still going through that bottleneck of the socket itself. Anyway. Yeah, everybody fucks up. Like Intel, like the 13th generation wasn't bad. They kind of rushed it a little bit, it would seem, or we're now finding. And then the 14th gen, they pretty much, it was basically they took the 13th gen and they just pushed the overclock with the slightly better binned stuff that they had left over and called it. That's why it's a refresh. It's literally called the refresh. Because basically all they did was just get better bin shit and just overclock it, like from the factory. I mean, that's literally all they did. So like, no wonder they're having instability issues and thermal breakdowns, because they're giving you a stock overclock. Then you're plugging it into a motherboard with game boost mode, which is even more of an overclock, and they're just frying the fucking things. I mean, what are you gonna do? So yeah, I'm skipping 13th and 14th. Like the i7s and i5s are fine. You don't really have to worry about throttling on them. Some of the 13700Ks and the 139 or and the some of the 13700Ks and 14700Ks have some throttle issues and instability issues if you're really fucking pushing them. But it's mostly the i9s because they just run so hot. And like if like I just built my new server computer, and that's got a i5 14400, not a K model like I said it was. Got just so used to saying K. But that's fine. That's 14th gen, but it's the low powered i5. Like that will never have any thermal problems. So I'm fine getting that just for future proofable, especially with Windows now requiring a certain level of hardware. But other than that, I'm either buying something cheap or I'm buying something high end. And if the high end's flaky, I'm going to skip that generation. Like am with the 13th and 14th. Like my 11th gen does just fine. Runs 5 gigahertz all core. Like that's good for me. Right now, my video card is my bottleneck, and pretty soon my CPU will most likely be my bottleneck. But I am fine with that. How fast will it load my midget porn? Says Mr. Phil. Yeah, we can work on that. A little bit of midget goat porn, like that, that's fine. And you can interpret those two words with or without a pause. Looking for a lightweight Windows laptop so I don't have to use my work laptop for interneting, projects, 3D printing, and pornography. Lightweight window. I mean, well, I have no idea. Like I really honestly have no recommendations for a lightweight Windows laptop. I have not really researched them at all. Um, that's the best I can tell you. I honestly don't really follow the Windows laptops scene right now. I've been mostly on desktop because when I've been purchasing laptops my entire life, it's because I was always traveling or living somewhere where a desktop wasn't practical. But now that I'm not traveling and obviously desktops are practical, I haven't really been looking into the laptop scene in a couple years, really. Lightweight Windows. Now that's an oxymoron. Yeah. There's a couple of lightweight Windows versions out there, but who knows? Once they strip the stuff out, what they may have injected in there. Ooh. I gotta make sure I remember to do the Lego video tomorrow. Let me put a note up. Lego video, asshole. If I call myself an asshole, that'll help me remember. Let me put that right there. Put that back there. All right. That made me like look like no shit. Lego video, asshole. Lesbian amputee dwarf porn. That's what Delta Mike would like. If anyone can help Delta Mike with some lesbian amputee dwarf porn, I guess let him know. If anyone's into bad in the woods porn with sharp shaped penises, mouse rectum, men's dick shark, as we've discussed before. Mr. Eggcake is sneezing their face off. That sounds kind of painful. You may want to seek medical attention if your face lands on the floor, especially if the rest of you is still standing. Sounds like it would sting a bit. To the moon. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Keep forgetting I need to log into Coin. Was it Coinbase? I don't even remember the fucking site. I gotta go find my what is it called? Write in the Rain stuff, that waterproof book. It's like in like the waterproof pencils, but like they last forever. That's where I have all my sensitive passwords stored in a location somewhere. To see where the other supercomputer or dream build PC fundage is, how that's doing. Redneck Atheist says, get the cheapest AMD laptop with upgradable RAM? With upgradable RAM. Spend another $50 maxing out the RAM and you're good to go. That's not a bad idea, Redneck Atheist, actually. Like, from what I understand, once you get into the laptops, like AMD's laptops are really good and they're usually slightly lower powered, with approximately, with roundabout, maybe sometimes better or sometimes less. I mean, it fucking goes up and down. But generally, the AMD laptops are slightly lower power and they will be cheaper. And yeah, if you find one that comes with, two slots and anyone's filled, get the other slot, just get more RAM. Offset the price with more RAM, and that just helps future proof and make things a little snappier. Not a bad idea. Yeah, right in the rain. They got pens, pencils, like the paper's really nice. The books are very durable, obviously. And it's not like horribly expensive if you would like a notepad that you either need to write while you're like out camping, hiking, militarying, shooting people, whatever you need it for. It's nice that it'd be like waterproof. I mean, blood, I'm sure probably still stain it, but at least it wouldn't fuck it all up. It's Dell laptop I got from Easter needs a RAM card. It's not a RAM card, Ed. It's a RAM stick. Closest thing to a RAM card I would say you're going to get is this new cam. It's like KAMM cam RAM card stick things that like lay flat on the motherboard now, which I don't like. Like they're like, oh, it's faster. I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but like I kind of like the RAM. I like the way RAM looks when it's sticking up off the motherboard. Like I'm sorry, like I really dig that, and I don't even care if it has RGB. Like none of my RAM has RGB, just because I just never bothered getting it with it. But I like how RAM sticks look sticking up off a motherboard. I don't know. I've seen the cam. LP cam. Like I've seen them on like some of the new boards, and it's just kind of like, oh, look at that, it's there. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it'll get fancier as it gets more developed, and by the time I get to this dream PC build, I probably might be the new standard by then. Low profile. Yeah, I mean that would make sense, but I mean, I don't care. I think I just like. I kind of like computers to have a little bit of 3 dimension in there. The cabling can get the fuck out of the way, obviously. That's why I love the Project Zero motherboards, like just to help hide the cabling. But I like a lumpy motherboard. I don't know. AMD spec RAM still a thing. Yeah, that's AMD RAM is Expo. Like if you pick up a package of RAM, it'll usually say Expo or XMP. XMP profile is an Intel profile. An Expo profile is an AMD profile, and they do sell ones that work better for AMD versus Intel. Still, most of it you can pick up universal, but a lot of the higher end stuff will have specific things for your particular processor line. Renegade says, I just wish it was still possible to build a completely RGB-less PC. You can. It's effort. Most of the RGB on motherboards you can turn off. Like a lot of the motherboards now come with just on the like heat sinks, and you can usually turn that off. I mean, at this point, you can still buy RAM with no RGB. Like I said, I just just bought that one. I think Ed got RGB RAM because he I thought you got something RGB, but I mean, yeah, you can still get RAM without RGB. They like the fans. You can get fans with no RGB. You can still get water coolers with no RGB. And most of it you can just turn off as well, or just not even plug it in. Oh yeah, Redneck Atheist says when using Expo, do not use all 4 RAM slots. It's kind of that way with the Intel XMP. And like in general, just don't use all 4 RAM slots because you cannot get a good speed out of 4 RAM slots. Like they're there to be used, but if you want speed more than capacity, 2 sticks of RAM, slots 2 and 4. Most motherboards are 2 and 4. I know every once in a while I fuck up and say 2 and 3, but it's 2 and 4. If you, generally speaking, if you look right next to the slots, there's a little fucking thing that has a little, almost like a bracket, like a sports bracket thing or a fork that says 2 and 4 first. Like that is like figure out how much RAM you want, and like if you gotta upgrade, don't add 2 more. Fucking take those out, sell them to somebody, give them to your best friend, put them on Facebook Marketplace. Get 2 new sticks of RAM. Everything will run much faster. just do it like that. You put too much stress on the memory controller and you will never be able to run it, or it's very difficult to run XMP or Expo profiles at 4 sticks of RAM on any fucking thing. Short of like probably a Threadripper would be fine. Something like that, or a Xenon. But yeah, just don't, just pretend there's only 2 RAM slots. That's why a lot of gaming motherboards, there's only 2 RAM slots. It's basically 2 and 4. They just didn't bother putting 1 and 3 on there because they want you to fill those 2 RAM slots and fucking roll with it. So if you've ever noticed that, that's why. Because that is the fastest way you can get your RAM going. The ones in the current rig have RGB. Yeah, like in the studio, all the fans, it's got Lian Leaf fans that are RGB. I think there's a couple Kohler Master fans in there that are RGB. The water cooler's RGB. And then I added that strip of whatever the industrial version of 2812 isn't like 6.5 or 6 number and like an R. I have the industrial version of that from the forklifts inside the case for more RGB. And then that one's just got the fans. The 3070 has a little tiny bit. Apparently the 4090 coming has something on it. The cooler's got the LCD screen with the little swirly fucking purple drain movie playing on it. 420, 2. When cleaning, loved trying to spin the fans at supersonic with the air hose. Yeah, that's actually a quick way to destroy them. Which I never really thought about, but yeah, actually doing that really fucks them up. And if you have a shitty motherboard and just the right kind of fan, it'll feed voltage back in like a generator and fuck your fan controllers up. So be careful with that. That's why I got that new vacuum thing with brush attachments. Like even the vacuum itself has a brush, so you can with a brush thing attached. Which I need because, I vape and smoke marijuana in the office. So the fan blades get a little sticky, which is almost fine because they almost act as the filter because almost no dust, like not no, but very little dust gets into the case because it's all sticking to the fan blades. But the fans are still moving plenty of air. So, yeah, it works out. And I'll be cleaning the shit out of the gaming rig, obviously, when I put the 4090 in. I'm hoping to be able to fit the 240 millimeter radiator on the back of the case, blowing out the back. If not, then I may have to put the vertical riser on and up and slap it underneath, take out 2 of the fans, which I would probably take the 2 outer fans off, leave 1 of those fans in the feet, and just shuffle shit around. Since that's out glass on 3 sides, I don't have like a front or a top mount. I only have the side mount, bottom, and the back. So I am a little bit limited in the vision case, but I knew that because I just wanted all that fucking glass. Like I love having 3 panes of glass in a computer case. Or the next computer is probably going to be a very open form or open frame. Something like that. C2S has upgraded from hamster to guinea pig. Now they have all the power. Okay. Take that. Okay. Think I can do 360s and 3 spots. And yeah, the H9, the flows, they usually have 360 degree spots, or at least 2 on the 240. You can get like fucking server cases that you can fit, 540s? Or it's 4 Four 80s and 5.6. I think it's 560s radiators. I know some big motherfucking 4-fan long radiators that's somewhere in the 500s. Delta Mike needs 4 more subs to hit 950. So if you are not already subscribed to Delta Mike, down and out, and you told me how to pronounce that like properly, but we'll just stick with Spain. Go ahead and check the channel out. See how it's like the life of a tramp, and he calls them the tramp casts. I'm not being derogatory. He calls them his tramp casts and his tramp streams. He's a gentleman that lives in Spain. Is kind of stuck there due to passport and legal dumb stuff, and just governments being stupid. So he is a beach dweller, as it were, in a tent who does his thing. And since people ask, well, how do you do YouTube streams if you're living in a tent? Someone is helping him with his cell bill so that he can, have something to fucking do. You know what I mean? Which is great. Tory is pronounced Spain, SC2. Yeah, that's just call that Spain. Yeah. So when you see it typed out and it just says comma Spain after it, just go, Spain, Spain. Gotcha. Yeah. That's pretty much how that works. Tori Vey, is it Eka or Ika? I hear you say it all the time, and I'm always like, what the fuck? It just throws me off for some reason. See, tomorrow's Sunday. Do you have a live stream? That was what, last Sunday? I think I caught yours. He has a dog, if you like dogs, named Tina. She is she's an awesome little puppy that's also, as dogs are, they're a little bit of a pain here and there, but that's just what pets are for. Just like anyone else in your life, you love them to death, but every once in a while they're a little bit of a pain in the ass. And we have reached 950 apparently. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate that. I'm going to clear this bowl here. I think it's already beat, but I see a little bit of green in there. All right. 5 p.m. Spanish time. What time is it where you are now? I think you're like, what, 1 off of UK or 2 off? Yeah, governments are good at just fucking everything up and just not really giving a shit. GMT +1, okay. Yeah, actually the clock's working. So you can see it's 8 o'clock here. Which means it's pretty, it's overnight over there. Is there really much else to talk about? Let's see, Starliner still sucks. Hopefully they can get a proper rescue mission worked out for them, and NASA can tell Boeing, it's like, thanks but no thanks, y'all done fucked this shit up. Because that's a fucking joke. So we covered that. We asked about the carbon fiber, the machine, easy composites, that's for the carbon fiber. The Lego video asshole. We got have 2 tater tots left. We'll go ahead and take care of the hash brown nuggets, which is basically what they are. All right, went ahead and okay, so you're 6 hours earlier. Okay. Yeah, 2:30 or 6 hours later, not earlier. What's up, Uncle Duncan? How's it going? The dogs are awesome. Am I shooting any fireworks off? I am not. It looks like I'm gonna. Looks like I'm gonna have actually a pretty busy 4 days in a row. It sucks because somebody is going to be in the general-ish sort of area that wanted to like sort of maybe kind of get together, but like I got a ton of shit planned that weekend, so that's kind of rough. Still may try something. Just because of the two computers I'll be built, well, upgrading mine and building Ed's. Yeah, you don't need to bring noise makers. It's fine. I have cats. They make noise. I have loud speakers. They make plenty of noise. We can just turn. We can find like a war channel and just turn on explosion noises and shake the house. Watch the cats get like loud noise zoomies. Yours are louder. Yeah, yours are louder than the cats. Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. Yeah, and I wouldn't bring anything with you just for the simple fact that we'll never get to the fucking computer. So we'll save that. Disco lights. Oh man, what time is it? It is 8:32. So yeah, we are winding down, aren't we? So why don't we rock and roll for like another 8 minutes? Then we will I'll hop off of here, get some things done, and see what's going on. Uncle Duncan check. Trouble with sending a dragon to the ISS to fetch the astronauts is the Starliner is occupying a parking spot, and the others are taken as well. Logistical problem. Not a logistical problem. You could send the coffin, just fucking send it. Like, if just get it the fuck out of the way, as far as I'm concerned. Like, and if they need to move something around because, different adapters, I know they can move stuff around, but they just need to get that piece of shit out of the way, honestly. Put their garbage in it and send it, and if it lands, it lands. Then they can throw the garbage away them goddamn selves. And if it doesn't land, like it probably won't, then they just got rid of some garbage while they just got rid of even more garbage. So yeah, actually, as far as I'm concerned, if they think they need to send a rescue mission, they just need to get the fucking Starliner piece of shit out of the way. There's no reason being up there right now. What's for dinner tonight? I don't actually know. I did eggs and sausage last night. I don't feel like doing that again tonight because I also did scrambled eggs this morning, and I'm probably going to do scrambled eggs tomorrow morning. I might do an extra egg though, because I was kind of hungry. Like in the mornings, I'm usually not super hungry, but it seems like when I eat something different, especially like eggs and salsa, like I get pretty hungry. So I'm probably going to do like an extra egg tomorrow, a little more salsa, and like get some toast going on. I agree. Starliner is fit for fireworks. That's pretty much all it is. It's a fucking $6.7 billion firework display. What should I eat tonight? Maybe I'll do one of those little, like, you know how you can get like the packets of rice to like for the, you know, you mix it and you actually like cook the rice, or I guess you can microwave it in Tupperware or something. Like as a rice side, you know, usually 2 to 3, 4 servings or whatever. Sometimes I'll make that entire bag. Could maybe do that. I don't have any ham left. I made a ham steak for lunch today, but I ate the shit out of that motherfucker. I don't know. I'm gonna order food tomorrow, so I'm not doing that today. I still haven't had my fruit thing today. Maybe I'll do that. I'll have to see what I bought. Beans and rice. Actually, I have frozen chili, but I wouldn't be able to have that till like tomorrow. That would have to thaw out. I do have some of my chili. I think I will get some of that out. Let that thaw out. Maybe I can eat that Monday after work. Oh, I got some. Maybe I could do. I got some stuffed green peppers. I got like rice. Uh, a mixture of like rice and ground beef, like in like red sauce stuffed into green peppers. I got like one of those little things. I could put that in there. That'd be nice. How about Kobayashi Maru? Why does that sound familiar? Kobayashi Maru. Well, I mean, Maru's a cat. Like, Maru's an awesome cat. Kobayashi, that sounds like something out of fucking Naruto. I have all the stuff to make chili cheese tots. Just can't remember who mentioned those earlier. It says TJ. I forget who said the chili cheese totters. Maru equals Japanese for circle. Well, that actually fits the cat too. Okay, yeah. He's kind of a linebacker cat. Oh, it's a Star Trek ship. Okay. Word. A nice fat quiche with crispy bacon bits in it. Need to do that myself, says Uncle Duncan. Quiche, that's like the egg thing, right? Like the super fluffy egg thing, isn't it? Quiche. And like you do whatever with it. I always forget what quiche is. I'm pretty sure that's the egg thing. Like how you do like tiramisu as well, like super fluffy egg. At that point, it's not like a quiche because it's not like cooked directly. What is the super fluffy fucking egg stuff called? Like flan. A flan. Peaked eggs, whatever the hell you call that. I used to make a really fucking banging tiramisu. Like, actually had someone Italian try it. Like, like actually Italian. Like, someone who would make their own. They're like, that's pretty good for just a regular old fucking honky. Oh, yeah, alright, that's cool. Baked so that it's crispy on top. Gotcha. Souffle. That's the other one I was thinking of, yeah. Souffle. The Kobayashi Maru was the scenario that Captain Kirk beat. Ah, the unbeatable situation. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yes, that's right. That's where I've heard that. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Ah, thank you. Gotcha. Hmm. Like I watched the originals. My dad watched the original Star Trek like religiously. Man, I don't know, he might still like one of these days. I got to get them. Like I might for Christmas get them new TVs. Because my dad still watches. Let's see, how old was I? Give me a second here. Let's see, we moved into there when I was 10. And we bought that TV when I was 11. Wow. So he's got this 36-year-old Sony 27-inch tube, like 4.3 fucking, TV that he still watches, and it still looks really good. Like, no problems there, but like, I really feel like I need to get him like a real motherfucking TV or some shit, because like, goddamn. Really, the biggest thing I need to worry about is getting a TV that has good enough speakers that I don't have to add shit to it, because it's like I'm not trying to add more remotes for my dad to deal with. That's really one of the few things that have stopped me from replacing that, because that TV has nice loud speakers like old TVs did. But a lot of the new TVs, they assumed you're hooking it up to a big fucking grand system like I would, but they don't have that. Actually, I just took the one they had because he never used it, because it was just annoying, because it was just another fucking remote, and we're trying to enter the right code into a universal remote and all that dumb shit. And like my TV in my bedroom, that was when I moved in that was after jail? Wait a minute. When the hell did I live there? God damn, that was a long time ago. I don't know. That TV I got that I watched in my bedroom's probably, it's over 20 years old. Old 1080 LCD. That thing, and that went through probably 6 or 7 years of its life where it never was turned off. Half the time, yeah, not even at night. Like, such a fucking waste. Dumbass people. Anyway. Need a TV thicker than wallpaper for a decent build. Yeah, that's the problem. They keep Jack Attack. They keep making the speakers or the TVs so thin you can't fit speakers into it, and then you have to buy like a bar or whatever to add to it. Which, if I have to do that, that's fine. I just also need to know which fucking one to get that's going to be compatible and right, because I don't want to have to add multiple remotes. Like, it's fucking 2024. If we can't get this sorted out with one remote that doesn't need to be programmed 50 fucking times, like, that would be great if we could do that. God. Scruff needs a food replicator. Oh, fuck yeah, I'd love to have a replicator. God, I'd have crab cakes like every fucking day. Like chocolate, vanilla cheesecake swirl with fresh fucking strawberries on top. Like, oh my God, I definitely wouldn't be under 200 pounds if I had a food replicator. Oh boy. Scrufdog, I remember my parents having one of these huge console TV radio phono monstrosities. I also remember it being the best sounding TV ever. Yeah, like console TVs, they had big ass speakers and they were in sealed chambers, which helped fucking like, filter the sound, get the bass going without fucking the high ends up and shit like that. The console TVs always sounded pretty good. I have a console TV sitting in my living room just because in the way, and I totally forgot when it was moving day, or like, I'm sorry, appliance day for trash stuff. I totally fucking forgot about that. So it's still sitting there. So I'll try to get it this December. I'll put that TV out and the other TV upstairs out and have a shitload more room. I don't know that I would have anything else to put out, but I'd love to get these two big ass tubey TVs out of the house. The last tubes out. I think those would be the last tubes in here. Yeah. Say otherwise, if it just doesn't work, I'm just going to shove them in the attic and fucking forget about them until they fall through the ceiling from weighing well, the one weighs 154 pounds. It's a big, heavy bitch. Glass door hi-fi? Oh, the day when a hi-fi and a server cabinet was the thing to do. Yeah. Oh, well. Fucking old TVs. Anyway. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here and do something with food. Not exactly sure what, but I may do those stuffed green peppers. That's actually sounding pretty good. I got to see how long they take to cook, though, because I am kind of hungry. But anyway, I think it is about time for me to head on out. Do appreciate everybody hanging on out this evening. That has been a little slower than usual, but that is just fine because we are still in the chill, even though I'm a little itchy. So, I'm going to go ahead and head on out for the evening. We'll be back tomorrow at 2:05 p.m. Eastern. I'll release that thumbnail tonight. Playing Gray Zone, most likely with Ed. And we'll be running around shooting things and doing the such. And then Wednesday we have we'll put some more of the Spaceballs RV together with our Legos. And of course, I'll be here next Saturday. So, again, thank you for hanging out. Be groovy to each other. And I will see everybody next time. And I am out of here. Probably Gray Zone tonight. Yeah. Just gonna need some time. But yeah, I will talk to everybody later. So I am out of here in a 5, 4, 3, 2,